For our last story tonight, let's talk about those unwanted house guests that you regularly fly into. Because they're just about everywhere. They spread germs wherever they go, and they love sitting on your rotting fruits. In case you haven't guessed it yet, I am talking about fruit flies, the pests that annoy you on Earth might be going to space. India's Gaganyaan mission will launch this year. It is all set to send humans into space. Along with them, 20 fruit flies will be taking the flight. I know it sounds bizarre. Why are fruit flies going to space? And has this happened before? Our next report tells you.
Gaganyaan, meaning skycraft in Hindi, is India's first human spaceflight mission. It is the most populous nation's maiden attempt to send humans into space. It aims to launch a habitable space capsule into a 400-kilometer orbit and safely return it with a splashdown in the Indian Ocean. The launch is scheduled for later this year, and if successful, it will propel India into a select group of countries with human spaceflight capabilities, including the US, Russia, and China. But Gaganyaan won't just be sending humans into space. It will also be launching 20 fruit flies up there. Now, this may sound bizarre, but it's really not. Sure, fruit flies are gross. They are like uninvited house guests who are attracted to your rotten fruits. It is creepy and annoying. But before you judge them, know that fruit flies are a lot like you. Or like any human being for that matter. Believe it or not, fruit flies and humans are about 60% genetically identical. Meaning fruit flies resemble humans at a cellular and genetic level. They have 75% similarity for disease-causing genes as well, which means these flies are an essential part of our research. Plus, compared to mice, apes or dogs, they are much cheaper and easier to work with. So they are usually the first stop in scientific research into a range of human illnesses, including Alzheimer's, obesity and even cancer. You can find fruit flies in countless research labs the world over, and not just on Earth. In 1947, the humble fruit fly went where no creature had gone before: outer space. That's when Americans sent fruit flies to space, making these tiny creatures the first living beings to go up there. Since then, numerous scientists have studied them to understand the impact of spaceflight on humans, on their development, reproduction, aging, immunity, and heart function. You see, space alters the human body. It impacts the body and the brain. It alters body weight and bone density. It changes heart functioning and gut microbiome. It even increases the risk of kidney stones. And that last bit is exactly what India plans to research. In space, bones reduce in mineral content, urine composition changes, and humans are prone to dehydration. These factors create the perfect storm of kidney stone formation. Now, Indian astronauts want to study this phenomenon on fruit flies to understand why this happens and how it can be prevented. If the Gaganyaan mission is successful, India will not only script history by sending humans into space, but also bring back answers, which will help the entire world's future space missions take flight.
We're calling the show Vantage. We hope you like what we've put together for you. Touted as the minimum defense from that video. India's neighbors were the first to send the special edition of Vantage live from the White House throughout the city. Hindu Mandir in we're on our way to Tel Aviv. City measure, but it's also the perfect way to drive.
I don't think that
Prime Minister of Bhutan, Sherin Tagwe. Welcome to
60% of the world's
office. Prime Minister Modi did the iron.
we were actually
How are you doing? How do you like? It's been 1 year since that meeting. Iron bars separate you from the outside. Out the vote effort. Trump had, it says, and at $4.3 trillion. 4.3 300 billion by 2030. That's what we need to tackle climate change.